On the night of April 5th, 2025, the conflict in Gaza took a more intense and troubling turn. Israeli ground forces are deepening their operations, and the struggle for peace continues as hostages remain trapped in a deadly political game. What does this mean for the future of Palestine, Israel, and the region? Let's break it all down. Tonight we're bringing you key updates from Palestine and the ongoing Israeli-Palestinian conflict. From expanded Israeli military operations in Gaza to explosive international tensions, this video will cover the most critical developments of the past 24 hours. Stay tuned as we dive into the heart of the situation. The Israeli Defense Forces have ramped up their operations across Gaza. Northern and southern Gaza have seen intense ground assaults, with Israeli forces gaining control over strategic areas such as Beit Hanun, Rafah, and the Morag axis. The military's goal is clear: to isolate key Hamas strongholds and block weapon transfers into Gaza. Airstrikes and artillery have heavily targeted vital areas, including Khan Yunis, Shuja'iyya, and Gaza City. However, while these military actions are aimed at weakening Hamas, the question remains, at what cost to civilian lives? A deeply troubling controversy has emerged surrounding the deaths of aid workers during a March 23rd attack. While Israel initially claimed that these workers' vehicles were suspiciously advancing without lights, a new video contradicts this version of events. Filmed by a paramedic at the scene, it shows ambulances clearly marked and with their emergency lights on during the attack. This footage has forced the IDF to launch an external investigation into what may have been a tragic mistake. The question on everyone's mind: how many innocent lives are being lost in the fog of war? In a disturbing turn of events, Hamas has released a teaser video showing the blurred figures of two hostages, Maxim Herkin and Bar Kupperstein. Herkin's family has confirmed his voice in the clip, marking the first signs of life since his abduction on October 7, 2023. The video has sparked outrage as the hostages' families forum urges the public not to share it without proper consent, fearing it could put the remaining captives at greater risk. The question is, how much longer will these families have to wait for the return of their loved ones? In Tel Aviv, former hostages are making their voices heard. Freed individuals, including Omer Wenkert, gathered at Hostages Square to demand that the Israeli government prioritize a deal for the remaining 59 hostages. Wenkert shared the chilling details of his 505-day ordeal in Hamas captivity and criticized Prime Minister Netanyahu for what he sees as failed negotiations. With families on edge, the question is, will these protests force the government to act, or will the hostages remain forgotten in the political struggle? On the international stage, tensions are rising between the US and Israel, particularly concerning regional stability. While the US has had limited success in curbing threats from the Houthi rebels in Yemen, Hamas remains a significant challenge. Reports suggest that Hamas has paid millions to Bedouin tribes in the Negev desert to smuggle military-grade equipment into Gaza, fueling the ongoing conflict. This raises serious questions about the flow of weapons into the region and the efforts to halt it. Jordan's foreign minister has condemned Israeli actions in Syria, warning of the potential for broader regional instability. Meanwhile, back in Israel, Prime Minister Netanyahu is facing mounting criticism at home. His focus on military expansion is clashing with the calls from families of the hostages, who fear that the escalation of violence could further endanger their loved ones. With tensions mounting on all sides, what comes next for the region? The situation in Gaza remains a volatile, tragic conflict that continues to claim lives and alter the course of history. But the question remains, where do we go from here? We need to hear your thoughts. What do you think will happen next in this ongoing crisis? Will peace ever be achievable? Or is the cycle of violence too entrenched to break? Let us know in the comments below. Make sure to like, share, and subscribe for more updates on this critical issue. Stay informed, and let's continue to raise awareness together. This video was created to keep you informed on global issues. Thank you for watching, and may peace prevail.